formulas will be discussed in this. So as we have discussed earlier, in automatic indexing we do make use of statistical approach. Okay, it comes under the three classes. One is the statistical approach, second one is natural language, and third one is concept. So we have seen yesterday statistical indexing first approach. Okay, in statistical indexing also we do follow different styles or different convention. Okay, so that is nothing but the probability weighting. So yesterday we have covered probabilistic weighting. So today we are going to cover vector weighing. Okay, so already we are lagging in syllabus, so be attentive and be regular to the class. So vector weighing, today we are going to study simple term frequency algorithm, inverse document frequency algorithm, signal weighing, and discriminating value, and what are the problems associated with this weighing scheme, as well as vector model. So this will be get discussed today. Okay. Okay, so we are going to cover today vector weighing scheme. In that we are going to learn simple term frequency algorithm, inverse document frequency algorithm, signal weighing, discrimination values, and problem with the weighing schemes and the vector model. Okay guys, let's start with the first approach in vector, that is nothing but the simple term, and before to that we'll have some understanding of vector. Okay, so what is vector actually? So vector is nothing but a numeric value that we are using for representation purpose. So a set of value here is called as a vector, which is a fixed value and representing the domain. Domain is nothing but the text or your word. For representation of occurrence of words, we do use here a fixed value, that is nothing but called as a vector, which is a numeric entity. So the vector approach has been used some years before in the smart system. Okay, at this Cornell University. So what does this vector approach discuss? So as we have discussed, vector is nothing but a set of value. Okay, which is a fixed value. So it can be get represented by two ways. There are two approaches to represent by making use of the vector weighing. One is the binary and the second one is nothing but called as weighted approach. One is the binary and second one is called as the weighted approach. So these are the two approaches that you need to use. So what is binary? Binary means, all of you know, a combination of either 1 or 0. That is the binary. And another scheme that is called as a weighted. In weighted we can able to use the real values. Okay, so real values we can able to use, as well as weighted value. Real only means weighted, and the second one is called as the binary value we can able to use. So in this vector weighing approach, when we are going to process the token is nothing but your text. Okay, we are talking here about the text. So two types of inventions can be get used. One is binary and second one is weighted. Binary means a combination of 1 or 0 values, and weighted means some set of positive value. So with this we can able to come to certain conclusion, or we can able to come to certain decision. So that's why we do call this vector processing approach is nothing but a decision making approach. Okay, so which takes a decision whether, when you have fire a particular query, okay, then to that query the information in document is matching or not. Okay, whether we should make it include in inside for your answer. Okay, depends on the term, how many times it is going to occur in that document or in that item. So it is showing you we have to keep over there some threshold value. Threshold value means nothing but some decision we need to apply from here onwards. Okay, if the count is greater, then we are going to consider that it is a matching term with the query, and so we are going to display that document at the top level. Okay, so depends on, you may have several sentences, right? So that sentences can be of any size. It can be a larger sentence or it can be a paragraph, so where we need to perform a matching, that whether the particular document is available, document is matching or not. Okay, so for example, if we see here for binary, okay, so as we discussed, there are two schemes. One is called as the binary scheme and the second one is called as the weighted scheme. In the binary scheme, we need to use ones or zero, okay, for representation of the information, and in the weighted scheme, any real value can be get considered. So we can able to use in binary 1 or 0 for the text. Okay, so any paragraph which is going to be there, in that the particular term, suppose petroleum, Mexico, oil, taxes, refinery and shipping, these are the individual words, but these individual words are appearing how many times in the document. Okay, that count is maintained over here. Okay, that count is going to be maintained over here. So a particular term such as tax or shipping is used very few number of the time. Okay, so that's why it has been represented as binary value 0, and if it is of greater range, then it has been represented as 1. And here also in the weighted approach, it shows the count of that particular words. Okay, so if your query is some query, if you are giving, okay, so standard taxation of the shipment of the oil to refineries is info, this is nothing but a query. You can able to fire any query. Okay, and within the document means at the backend server end, so much documents are going to be available. With that, your query should able to match. So how many number of the words are matching? Okay, so for that we can able to use either a binary approach or the weighted approach. So in binary approach, we can able to write it 1. Okay, and with the weighted approach, we can able to write it with some real value. So these are nothing but the count of the terms. As you know, statistical approach depends on what? Frequency of occurrence of words. Okay, so always remember, in statistics we are going to remember the count, so depends on to the count. Okay, so we are going to write it. So there are two aspects in your vector schemes which we are following. Okay, so in vector weighing, we can use binary as well as weighted. Okay, so you know, binary means either 0 or 1 we can able to use. So what, based on to that, we can able to understand that how much is the importance of that word, means maximum number of the time if the particular word is matching means its value is more. Or if you can able to identify the difference is treated as variance. Okay, what is called as variance? Variance is nothing but the difference that from this particular term, petroleum is supposed 2.8 and Mexico is 1.6, means maximum times which word is appearing, suppose petroleum is appearing. So that will be helpful for us to identify or to give it rank. Okay, what is our job? So as to highlight the query answer at the topmost level. So if the maximum words are matching means its ranking is going to be first. So in that way, if it depends on to the difference of this all, if we will see the variance, if it is this, we can able to identify the maximum number of the times. So this particular document where the maximum number of the time the particular words are appearing, those will be get highlighted first onto the first page for providing the result to the user. Okay, so that is nothing but showing you the relative importance of the words. Okay, or we can say it gives the rank, depends on to this weights. okay, weights which are been applied, so it gives the rank. Very easily you can able to understand that this document is of highest importance, depends on to the number of the time the particular word appeared in that document. Okay, so vector approach is mostly called as a mathematical based approach. Now if we consider out of that and if we many of the times numeric values we may not able to understand properly, so those value can be get represented with the help of modeling scheme. So like suppose particular word petroleum, if it is suppose 2.8 times, so we can able to represent with 3D graph likewise. Okay, Mexico is 1.6, so it is showing in this dimension Mexico is 1.6. Then oil, okay, 3.5. So this is nothing but the vector representation. Okay, for better visualization, a representation, a 3D representation can also be used for representing that count of the values. So which gives understanding that this particular word is used maximum number of the times. So suppose 3.5. So it is showing that this particular document is having the highest importance. So this particular approach is nothing but called as the vector weighing approach. Okay, in vector we should talk in terms of set of values. This can be binary or a positive value weighted. So binary means 0 or 1. Weighted means any range, real range can be get used. So which can be able to identify a particular word how many times appeared in the document. So depend on to the weighted count and their difference, we can able to rank your document and we can able to construct a vector representation of 3D. So in that, as we discussed, there are different approach in the vector. Okay, simple term frequency algorithm, the first one. Okay, so either we give weight or we will not give weight. Okay, so in both weighted and unweighted approach we are going to use the algorithm. Okay, so what is that algorithm? So for representation of the algorithm, simple term frequency algorithm, either it is weighted or binary. Okay, means weighted or unweighted. Okay, binary means you can talk unweighted suppose. So in that both approach we require to implement the algorithm. For implementing that algorithm, the first algorithm is simple term frequency algorithm, which make use of some key terms. So as we discussed, statistical approach is nothing but the approach which is based on to the frequency of occurrence of words, or we can call tokens. So here now see what are the terms has been used for formula calculations. So frequency of occurrence of the processing token in an existing atom. The atom means any document or any file or any blog or any paragraph which you are doing search. So TF is nothing but it is denoted. Okay, and TOTF means total term frequency. It is called as total term frequency. This is a simple term frequency. Okay, this is called as total. Total means in the existing database. This is one item. Okay, and databases can be many. Okay, there can be many supporting files which is matching to your query. So that's why in the frequency of occurrence of processing in an existing database. And this is nothing but for item frequency. IF stands for item frequency. This IF is called as item frequency, which is going to give you the number of unique items. Okay, what it is focusing on to the unique item. There will be some information which is unique. Okay, so that uniqueness is going to be get treated with the help of this item frequency. Okay, and frequently labeled in other document frequency is termed as DF. So these are nothing but the term frequency, total term frequency. Then IF, that is item frequency, is nothing but the uniqueness. For uniqueness, item frequency has been used. For a term frequency means your frequency of your processing token. Token is nothing but the word. And thirdly is nothing but the your IF. IF is called as item frequency. So these are nothing but the different what we do say conventions or terms that we need to use while calculating the formula. Either you apply weighted or binary, you require to make use of certain algorithm or approach. So that is nothing but uh, your weight which you are applying, that is nothing but the count. Okay, so that's why we will say weight is equal to the term frequency. All of you know frequency is nothing but number of the times the particular word or phrase is appearing in the document. Okay, so which is given by this formula 1 plus log. Okay, we will use maximum times logs in the formula so as to get the accuracy and normalized value. Okay, so instead of a lengthy calculation or maximum size of output, we should able to get the reduced one. So we will use the log. So 1 plus log of term frequency divided by 1 plus log of average term frequency divided by 1 minus slope into pivot plus slope into number of unique terms. So as we already discussed here, some of the terms that we need to use while representation of the formula, those can be associated with an existing item term frequency or total or for the uniqueness. So those terms has been used for representing here this formula. Term frequency weight formula is represented here. So here slope is there. Okay, so slope is a constant value which has set to 0.2. Okay, and pivot is nothing but the term which has been used for average number of unique terms. Okay, there will be several terms which to appear unique. Okay, not in a paragraph, maybe one time it can be get used, or in an entire page it can be get used single times, but there are many other things like a computer will be get used several times, suppose 15 times if it is going to be get used. Okay, so so that's what here uniqueness means, very less number of the very rare. Unique is nothing but all of you know. Okay, so slope is nothing but 0.2 and pivot is called as average number of unique terms. Okay, average is going to be get calculated. You know the formula for average. Okay, so as we discussed, slope and pivot are constant value, and then if you go to normalize this, rewrite this equation, it will be like this. Okay, so pivot means 1 plus log of term frequency divided by 1 plus log of average term frequency divided by slope. Slope is 0.2, then number of unique terms plus 1 minus slope into pivot. Pivot is nothing but unique terms. Okay, and slope is 0.2. Okay, this is the log of TF, term frequency, and this is the average term frequency. So likewise we are going to have this expression. So all of you need to remember this formula for your first approach, that is called as simple term frequency algorithm. Clear? Okay, so I will forward this PPT so that time you can read this. Okay, yeah. So this one we have seen. So as we discussed earlier, in this approach of vector weighing, we are having multiple techniques. Okay, in vector weighing, we are having simple term frequency algorithm. So that we have covered. Now inverse document frequency algorithm, then signal weighing, then discrimination values. This all we will learn. So inverse document frequency algorithm means what equation has been used. That itself is nothing but the algorithm. Okay. So inverse document frequency. So now there we have seen term frequency and depends on to the frequency, total frequency as well as average of we have calculated and we have solved that equation. But now here we are moving to the another concept, that is nothing but The weights, we are talking about the weights. All of you know what is weights. Okay, we have seen there weights are nothing but the real values, okay, which shows the importance of an atom. Importance of atom means how many times the particular atom appear in the document. That count is going to be get noted. So the weight assigned to the term is inversely proportional. Okay, inverse we are talking now. So inversely proportional to the frequency of the term occurring in the database. Okay, so what is the weight is inversely proportional to the frequency of term occurring in the database. Same thing we can able to specify here so as to say that this is an inverse document frequency algorithm. Okay, that weight assigned to an atom. Okay, for atom is anything which can be a page or which can be a paragraph or which can be any file or book. Okay, so the weight assigned to an atom is inversely proportional to the frequency of occurrence of an atom in a database. Clear? This you can call it as a concept which can be get followed in the algorithm of inverse document frequency. Okay, so frequency of occurrence of an atom in a database, that is called as inverse document frequency. Okay, frequency, your weight is inversely proportional to the frequency of occurrence of an atom in the database. Weight of an atom. Okay, weight of an atom is inversely proportional to the frequency of an occurrence of an atom in the database. So how do we write this? Okay, with the formula. So weight, okay, weight. So this is nothing but atom. Atom you should know, term you should know. What is the atom is nothing but J. J is represented as the atom. So J is represented as a term and I stands for atom. Okay, so J is here term and I is called as the atom. So term is nothing but any word, okay, or any sentence that is called as term which you have asked for the query. Okay, your query that you can consider as a term J, and I is nothing but the document, okay, in which these words are matching. So weight is calculated depends on to the term frequency of within that term and for this atom into log 2 of n minus log 2 plus inverse frequency of ij plus 1. So what is this T of ij if we talk? Okay, here it is given actual. What is the meaning of T of ij? So weight already we discussed. Weight is nothing but the weight of the term Tj in the atom K, and T of ij is nothing but Tf is called as term frequency. Okay, frequency means count. Okay, is the frequency of term J in atom I. Always remember I is called as atom and J is called as the term. Term is nothing but your query and atom is the document in which that answer is available. N is nothing but number of items in the database. Okay, so for your query there can be a number of items are matching, maybe 10 or 15 or 20. Okay, items means nothing but the supporting files which are going to pop up when you raise your query. Those are called as items. So N is nothing but the there can be multiple documents which consist answer of your query. So that is nothing but called as N. N is nothing but number of items in the database. So IFIG, this term now is the item frequency or document frequency. IFIG is called as item frequency. What it is called as item frequency. Frequency means again count is the number of items. Okay, it is talking about the item, not about the term in the database. Okay. So now this can be get understand with some values, and suppose there is a particular term oil. Okay, is found in 128 items, means 128 documents the particular word oil is available, and the term Mexico is available in 16 items, and refinery is found in 1024 items. Okay, suppose if you fire the query, suppose oil refinery in Mexico, that is maybe your query, suppose. So there may be multiple documents, okay, which can be associated. So Mexico word is available in 16 documents, in refinery word is available in 1024 documents, and oil is available in the 4. Okay, so and suppose if new items also appearing over there, okay, means as you all know, the progress will happen, and day by day the data is going to be available. Okay, so and then it is going to talk about that oil found again 4 times, okay, and Mexico found 8 times, and refinery found 10 times. And total how many items are there? Total items, okay, those are nothing but total item count is 2048. Okay, total atom all over the total atom are 2048. So that is called as n. Okay, so n is number of items in the database. So that 2048 is called as n. So this equation now, if I want to write weight of Ij, means first we will consider the first term oil, then weight of Mexico word, then weight of refinery word. So this we can able to calculate with this inverse document frequency formula. Okay. So TFIJ, first is TFIJ, means new which has been come, means, or we can say query, suppose it is suppose. So it is been TFIJ, term frequency. Okay, so 4 times, 8 times, 10 times. So this we are writing as TF. Okay, then log 2, n is what? Total items in the database. So 2048, 2048, 2048 minus again log 2. And now here the IF is what? Item frequency or document frequency. So means count in the document the oil word is appeared 128 times. So I am writing it here for the weight of oil. For the Mexico I am writing here it is 16 times, and for refinery it is 1024 times plus 1. So this is the formula. I have kept those values. All of you clear how does this values has been kept? Okay, and then this gives you some resultants. So you will get the vectors. Okay, this is a vector approach. So with this you can able to calculate weight for oil, Mexico and refinery as 20, 64 and 20. And this can be get added, values can added and can be get changed, because as many times the new data is going to available to the server, the count is going to increase. Okay, so that concept is going to be there in this normalized, what do we call it, as the inverse document frequency approach. Okay, this is called as inverse document frequency. What is the inverse document frequency talk? The weight of an atom is inversely proportional to the occurrence of an atom in the database. Just remember this definition. Okay, the weight of an atom is inversely proportional to the frequency of occurrence of an atom in the database, which generates this formula then. Okay, weight formula. So term frequency multiplied by log 2 of n minus log 2 plus your item frequency plus 1. Okay, so if we have some set of values, here is the calculation. Okay, this calculation is very easy. Okay, so in this way inverse document frequency approach will work. Then third one is called as signal weighing approach. Okay, so in signal weighing approach, how does it work? So I will do one thing. I am having ready with me 1, 2 and 3rd unit notes that I will forward to you. Okay, this PPTs. So this you can use it anytime. So that time I was out of station, so I was not having any stuff. Signal weighing. So here inverse document frequency that we have seen earlier. Okay, so which focuses on to the occurrence value of an atom is inversely proportional. Okay, that concept we have seen. So that is what it is talking. So IDF uses the weight of processing token for an atom based on number of atoms. In the proportion we have seen inverse proportion. But that concept is not working properly when you have to rank the atoms, okay, for the particular term. So how to make use of the another signal weighing approach. Okay, so signal, third concept that we can able to use is nothing but the signal weightage approach for the particular term, not onto the account. So signal, how to weight this. So so suppose there are two different words. Okay, these two different words are appearing on how many documents, like that we are going to perform here search. So two different terms are suppose saw and second word is drill. These words are found in or available in 5 documents. Suppose this is document 1, document 2, document 3, 4, 5, or we do name it as A, B, C, D, E. So in this document 1, the word saw is appeared 10 times. In the document 2, the word is appeared 10 times. In third also it is appeared 10 times. Let us assume this. Okay, D is up in document D, this word appeared 10 times, and again in fifth document it is appeared 10 times. Okay, so the particular, these are the nothing but the count of the word for this saw is appeared in this other documents. Okay, so 5 documents, and drill is appeared in document A 2 times, again in document B 2 times, in document C 18 times, document 4 10 times, document 5 18 times. How many times the particular word appear in the document? Okay, so that is called as frequency also. So normal convention is information is direct inversely proportional to the probability of occurrence of an atom. So if it is occurring all the time, means it is not that much valuable. Instead it should be occur rarely. So which gives you the formula information equals to minus log 2 p. Okay, so depends on to some percentage if you are talking. So 0.5% of the time. So that time we can able to calculate information as log 2p is for 5%. For 50%, if I am writing like this, minus 50, which gives you the value sum. Okay, so depends on to the how much percentage of the time if the particular term is appeared in the document. So that formula is information equals to minus log 2p. Okay, minus log 2p. P is what? Probability. Probability here we can represent in the percentage. So here 5% of the time means information equals to minus 2 log 2, and that 0.5 we are representing, which will give you some value. And here for 50%. So here also we are getting some value. Now this probability which we have calculated, okay, P information equals to minus log 2p can be considered based on to the average information. Okay, this is an individual information. So how do we write the average information? Average information is nothing but summation of minus symbol is there, summation of all values from 1 to n of the probability log 2 probability. Okay, so this is an equation, probability log 2 probability. Okay, so now what is this pk? We are talking pk is nothing but the probability. Probability is nothing but the term frequency, okay, of the term k in the document or in the item by total of term frequency, total of term frequency of the particular term. Okay, so this is an value that we can write for pk. Okay, pk log to pk, average information. We can write pk log to pk. So that is as follows. Right. So this gives signal formula. Okay, we are talking about the signal concept. Okay, this is a signal weighing. In signal weighing, we do have some count of the values of this particular word, okay, in the document, and depends on to that we can able to calculate the information is minus log to p. That gives the probability. This probability for average information can be get further is the summation of all probability values. So summation of all probability value pk is nothing but the term frequency of the particular term k in the atom I divided by total of term frequency. So this again generalize now the actual formula for the signal. Signal equals to log 2, okay, and total term frequency minus this equation. Okay, this is the AVE info, average info. AVE info stands for average information. So average information, again we have to use this formula. So again we rewrite this signal or weight, we can talk. Okay, so T of ik, which we are already having, into signal. Okay, so T of ik, and signal is what now? This one, log 2 TOT of as it is, and AVE info becomes this. Have a look at this formula once again. PK is called as probability. TF is the term frequency of the term K in the item I. TOTF stands for total term frequency. This gives you the signal. Log 2 total term frequency minus average of information. That produces the weight. We are calculating the weight for an atom. Weight is nothing but the importance for the information, which gives the ranking. Okay, so for that, now T of ik into signal. Okay, so signal means, again signal is given as this formula. So we will write signal expression. Here to here we can write this one, and AV info we will take up this value. So PK, again PK means what? T of ik by total term frequency, log 2. Okay, clear? Have a look. Okay, so here we have seen, and that can get solved now. So log 2 for saw. Okay, total count is how much? 50. Okay, this total count is appearing 50 minus this is nothing but how many documents it has been appeared in the 5 documents. So minus 5 into 10 by total count is 50. Log 2, 10 by total count is 50. This is as because uniform it is there. That's why we are writing like this. Okay, this equation. Then signal becomes like this. For drill, there is no uniformity, so we require to write probability individually. So log 2 total count is coming here 50 only anyways. Okay, 18 plus 18, and this becomes 50. So log 2 50 total count minus, now individually we are taking 2 by total count is 50, log 2 by total count 50. Secondly, 2 by 50, log 2 by 50, 18 by total count 50. Likewise for 10 by total count 50, log 2 10 by 50 plus 18 by 50, log 2 18 by 15. So this equation in this way gives you the weight, okay, and which will be helpful for giving the rank, okay, for the particular document is matching for your query, right? So this this is the equations, and depends on to this equation we have seen with this example how does it generates the result. So that is the thing, but the third approach, okay, signal approach. And the fourth approach is nothing but the discrimination value, okay. Fourth approach is which one? Discrimination value. So what is this discrimination value approach? So creating a weighting algorithm based on the discrimination of value of the term, okay. So we are talking on to here discriminating values. So creating a weighing algorithm based on to the discriminate means what? Differentiating someone from others. Like suppose one guy is there in your class who is getting 90%, and the others may be getting 70 or something other range, okay, whatever they are getting. So he is having the highest rank, okay. So like that we need to discriminate. That concept is called as discriminating value, okay. And depends on his uniqueness, his qualities, his features, okay. So so if everything is appearing same, it does not have that much weightage. But if someone is individual is very rare, and which is having some different feature compared to the others, means that will be having the highest weightage. So weightage algorithm has been developed for discriminative value by Salton and Yang, okay. He has given this formula. Discrimination of I is nothing but average similarity minus average similarity. Average similarity, first of all, it has been given for I. I is nothing but all the items, okay. And this is a without all in individual, okay. In individual means we are going to subtract it, means from all the students, suppose one student is getting 95%, so likewise from all the students one student is getting 95, so we are discriminating, okay. So this is what called as discriminative of what? Average similarity of all the items between minus average similarity of individual, right? So this concept is called as discriminating value. Discriminating means depends on certain characteristics, that particular information is very rare, okay. That is called as discrimination. Now this discrimination, when we are going to perform, it can be positive, it can be negative, or it can be zero. Three types of the values can be get considered when you are going to perform a discrimination. It is a positive discrimination, okay, it is a closer to zero, or negative discrimination, okay. So positive means item is similar, increase the similarity between the item, okay. In this case means matching of the query is happening. If the value is 0 means it does not implies anything, okay. Either if we add those items or remove those items, it does not make any sense. And negative value means more and more of negative value. The answer can come positive, it can come 0, or it can come negative. Negative means maximum similarity, okay. Positive means also similarity, but 0 means no concern. Once the value of discrimination is normalized as a positive number, it can be, then here we can able to write term frequency. The weights weights formula can be written in this way. Term frequency of the particular term within the with all items multiplied with the discrimination of that particular term. This is the formula. Look. Is that clear? So this is what the four approaches that we have studied. Okay, discriminating values, signal weighing, all are easy. Inverse document frequency and simple term frequency algorithm. Just remember the term and the formulas. Okay, then you if it is some are solved, IDF is solved. Okay, signal weighing is solved, so which is easy to understand. Discrimination values. But now what are the problems that we faced? We try to use the weighing approach. Okay, so weighing approach we do use to assign the rank to the atom, uh, depends on the property of occurrence of the particular term. So there is a possibility that items are coming always. Okay, they may come if it is a very hot topic daily, or some may come monthly or weekly. So information associated with your query which you have raised is going to come always. So that's why we do call it as the factors are going to change dynamically. Okay, because information is dynamic, it can be get added at any time. Okay, it can be changed or it can be get deleted. Some changes are going to be get noticed over there for the information. So so for this sort of the changes which do happen at the server end for the information, so there are certain steps need to follow. Okay, so we need to not discuss more onto the variance. Variance is nothing but the difference that we receive, but we should able to calculate the weight depends on the current input that we are having, which changes across the time. Okay, and try to make use of the fixed value. Fixed value means some constant that we will use, a rigid constant. Suppose I'm having, for the institutional purpose, if the person is scoring 75% above, means I'm noting it as um, a highly qualified student. Okay, or it is a distinction for him. So the threshold should be always proper constant value should be get considered, and use the invariant variable. Okay, so invariant variable means turn frequency with an atom. So whenever we are storing the using this information should be get maintained correctly. So storage of this information should be happen correctly. So whatever the problems, whatever the drawback or the loopholes which we are getting, that the information is going to be get changed at any time, which can be get deleted or which can be get inserted at any time, then we need to make use of certain threshold range or some constant values we need to use. So this sort of drawbacks which you are identifying in the weighting scheme can be get overcome by making use of one proper data structure that is called as inverted file search structure. So we have seen what is inverted file structure. Okay, so it is not that your total overhead will go off, but at some extent the some correctness can be get measured. So inverted file search structure, data structure, this is nothing but the data structure which we have studied in unit 2, can be get helpful if we try to maximum time use this data structure. Okay, and the software and whichever the systems which we are going to use, that should be perfect, so that at any time period any information which is going to come should be get traced with the help of this algorithm, and should able to give the proper ranking, or should able to give the analysis correctly, and the page should be get ranked properly. Okay, so best environment it requires. Best environment means best software tools that we are going to use for performing this indexing should be get used. Okay, so here we will stop today. Okay guys, any doubt?